Hey guys, welcome back to today's video and welcome if you are new. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be doing my first trimester recap. And obviously for any of you who may have missed it in, I don't even know which video it was, a few videos back, I had mentioned that I'm pregnant. So very excited. We are officially out of the first trimester, so I figured I'd kind of do a wrap up of how that went and how it was. Now, of course, this is going to be a little bit TMI, so if you're not really wanting to know about all the ins and outs of my pregnancy and the first 3 months of that, I am not offended in the slightest if you click off this video and join us for the next one. But that's what this video is going to be about, so I'm not going to go too in depth into things, but you know, still pregnancy stuff, and sometimes people don't like to hear about that, so no offense taken, totally understand. I do also really want to just kind of throw an apology out there because I know I've missed a few upload days, but I just have to be real. It's been difficult. Pregnancy with a toddler and then just normal life going on at the same time is a lot. Harder than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, YouTube videos have gone to the back burner. I feel very terrible about it. I do feel guilty about it, and I know I shouldn't, but I just do. I just wish I could have been more on top of it, but we had a lot going on outside of YouTube and just with family stuff, and my sister's pregnant and we had a baby shower for her, then we went out of town, and it's just kind of been like back-to-back stuff, so it's kind of kept me really busy, and so filming on top of that just hasn't happened. But we're here today, we're doing it. I'm gonna try and get more videos up for you since I'm finally feeling better. But let's go ahead and jump on in. I did on my phone write down a few typical questions of things that I know a lot of people are usually interested in for your first trimester, just to kind of go over all the basics. I am also just liking the idea of having this for like my own memories and something to look back on later in life, you know. I feel like that could be fun. So I'm gonna try and do each trimester wrap up recap kind of a thing if I can, but I'm not making any promises because I think, oh, that'll be easy to do. And then it hasn't been, so we'll see. First thing I feel like most people want to know is when and how did you find out? I found out basically immediately. I thought I had started my cycle, and so I was like, oh, well, that's a bummer. I'm not pregnant. We'd been wanting to get pregnant for a while and just wasn't happening, so I was kind of expecting not being pregnant. So I was like, oh, well, here we go, whatever. But then a couple days went by, I'm like, don't think that was my cycle. So I waited a few more days and took a test, and it was positive. It was like barely positive, but it was positive. I kept taking tests because I'm like, I have no idea how accurate this is. A lot of people ask if I cried when I found out, and I feel terrible to say that I did not, but I'm not typically one to cry over happy things. I cry a lot. My gosh, this pregnancy, cry over everything. I was watching Coco, the Disney movie with my son, bawling my eyes out at the end. So I've been crying about everything, but it's usually sad things. I don't typically cry about happy things. So I was very excited. I had gotten a cute little t-shirt that I had put in a way that says Big Brother on it for Atlas, and I was planning to, like, if I found out I was pregnant, put that on him so my husband came home, he'd see it. So that's what I did. Put the t-shirt on Atlas, and of course he was ecstatic, very excited. He loves kids and babies, so he's very, I mean, so do I, but we're both very excited. So, and then we decided not to tell everyone that I was expecting for a while. There was no real reason for it other than I feel like that first trimester really drags out, and it was kind of easier for me to ignore how like miserable I felt if everyone didn't know, and I kind of had to hide it from them, so I hid it from myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but we held off until I was about 9 weeks, and then at that point I was like, I am too sick for this. I can't do it. Everyone needs to know. I didn't start feeling sick until like the first day of week 5. That was like when it hit, and it didn't stop until over 13 weeks. So my family, they were all shocked and floored, and shocked that I had waited so long to tell everyone because we'd been trying for a while. So they could not believe it that I hadn't told them, but I was like, sometimes it's fun to keep a secret. So I kept a secret for a little bit. I feel like the next question after that is typically, what's the due date? Which it is Christmas Eve. December 24th is the due date. Most people are not huge fans of Christmas babies because I mean that complicates things to have like a birthday and Christmas. But I'm a December baby. My birthday's 2 weeks before Christmas, December 11th. So I grew up with that. I know how it works. My parents were always very great about, I had a birthday party and I had birthday presents and then we had Christmas. And so I feel like with living like that, I know how to work it. But it was a rule in the family for the longest time. I mean, still is a rule because I have so many siblings and we're all having kids at the same time now. It's like no Christmas babies because we already have 2 Christmas babies. But I was like, well, I had no control over it this time. It is what it is. And I'm ecstatic. I am so excited to be due in December. My first pregnancy, I was due it was due the beginning of October. But he came a little bit early, so end of September, and it was so hot and I was so swollen and I was so miserable, and no matter like what I was wearing, I was always constantly dripping sweat. I know I'll probably still get warm and stuff at Christmas, especially with like heat on and stuff, but it just, something about it just really excites me and makes me so happy. Thought of having a little baby right at Christmas time. I did touch on just kind of how I was feeling. The first trimester, like I said, I started feeling sick around 5 weeks, feeling better closer to like 14 weeks. So obviously that's into second trimester, but you know, but it was much harder being sick and tired with a toddler. I don't know how some moms do it with so many kids. I don't know how my mom did it because she had 7 kids. It's rough. It is hard. So kudos to those moms. I don't know how I'm gonna do it again if we have another one. But like I was like trying to watch my poor toddler like fall, like can't keep my eyes open falling asleep on the couch, and I'm like I need to like stand up because I need to watch this kid. So every time he was down for a nap, I was typically sleeping. I still am, honestly. I'm still very tired. I feel much better. I can eat more. I'm not feeling nauseous or anything, but I'm still very tired. Cravings and aversions. I don't really crave much. I didn't really crave much even when I was pregnant with Atlas. Sometimes I just get moments where I'm like, ooh, I really want that, but then that, like, have it and I'm over it. The one thing is water. And I don't know why it is that I like crave water, but like I can't have enough water. I'm constantly drinking water, which of course means I'm constantly peeing, which is just so much fun. But that's like the one thing that I'm like, I just need more water. I need more water. I need more water. This pregnancy, I have been kind of craving like buffalo sauce. I love to dip my french fries in buffalo sauce. And so that's like one thing that I was just like randomly hit me of like, ooh, I want that right now. That's really it for cravings, at least for right now. It could change. Things that I had aversions to was basically everything. I didn't want to eat anything. I made myself eat because I knew it would only make me feel worse if I didn't. So I forced myself to eat. I also forced myself to like drink ginger ale and like ginger tea. I did not force myself last pregnancy, and it definitely helped a lot to have. I mean, it of course didn't cure it, but it did help to have the ginger tea and just have something like in my stomach. Kept the nausea from being too much. But it was still rough. Didn't have coffee. Like, I think I've had a total of like 4 cups of coffee in the last 4 months, which is crazy because I used to drink like a coffee a day and I loved it. I loved making my iced coffees in the morning, but that has since stopped. I'm hoping now that I'm like over my aversions that I can get back into having my like little caffeine jolt in the morning, because I do miss that, especially being so tired. I can do like frou-frou Starbucks drinks where it's like more of a milkshake than a coffee, but it's got a little bit of coffee in it. So those I'm kind of like slowly getting back into. So that's been good. Fixing my lighting because it's going a little crazy. It's overcast today, so I'm like fighting with the lighting right now. The weirdest thing that I've had an aversion to, which makes no sense. I don't know if it is like a thing that commonly happens. I was super nauseated, like literally like made nauseous at the thought of books and reading, and like couldn't even watch booktubers and book videos. I think I mentioned this in one of my past videos briefly. This has just been a thing. And so like I've talked about like my reading slump, which I guess it is a reading slump, but it's more like I just it made me sick to think about books and to think about picking up a book and looking at the words on a page. I'm slowly getting over that. Like, I think I watched my first book YouTube video like last week. Like, if I'm scrolling on Instagram or YouTube shorts and I see, I'm like, ugh, I just have to scroll right past it. Made me so sick. Could not handle the thought of it, which is just the weirdest thing. I've never heard of this. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if that's a normal thing to like have an activity make you nauseous and sick and have like an aversion to it while pregnant. Because obviously foods and drinks and things, that's normal. Smells, and a lot of people are sensitive to smells. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, leave it in the comments if that's like a normal thing. If other people experience that, or if that's just a very weird specific me thing. It probably is, because I'm a weird person. And then I feel like the last thing is, do we know the gender and have we thought of names? We do know the gender, and I figure I'll go ahead and tell you guys, even though technically we learned it in the second trimester, but I know right now, and to wait 3 months to tell you guys, I feel like it's a little excessive. We're doing a gender reveal party tomorrow with my family. So once this video goes up, everyone will know, because a lot of my family watches my YouTube videos, which is very sweet. Hello to everyone. They'll all know. So I can go ahead and tell you that we do know it is a girl, which we're very shocked about. Well, I'm shocked. Like, I am and I'm not. Anytime people ask me if I wanted like a boy or a girl, I'd say I'd want a boy, because I want Atlas, like I wanted Atlas to have like a little brother close in age to him, so it'd be like really like tight, close siblings. I just thought that'd be so cute. But of course I've always wanted a girl, because girls' clothes are fun, which I know is a stupid reason, but you know, it is. It's so much more fun to dress a girl than boys. I do my best with Addie. But anytime I like subconsciously thought about the baby, I just pictured a girl in my mind, so I am excited for my little girl. Which of course then brings me to names. I didn't really think of any names. I was like, I wanted to wait until we knew the gender. Sorry, I need a new battery. Where was I? Oh, names, if we have any names. So I didn't really think about names at all, because I wanted to know the gender first before thinking about names, because names stresses me out. Ever since I was a child, like naming a stuffed animal or naming a pet or naming anything was like the most stressful thing for me, and it still is. Even up until recently, there are times where I'm like, do I love Atlas's name? Was that the right name to go with? Did I make the right decision? And I have to go with yes, because that's his name and I'm not changing it. Because it's like, what would I change it to? So yeah, very, 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 very hard for me to pick names. And now I have to pick a girl's name. I like unique, different names. My name obviously is Charissa, and then spelled with the CH. It's not that common. It's not that unique, but it's not that common either. I've only met a couple of Charissas in my life, and so I've always loved having a unique name, and so that's why, like with Atlas, I wanted to go unique. But then of course very different names are in right now. I don't want to go too trendy, so it's gonna be hard. There is one name, I guess I might as well tell you guys, because why not? Everyone else in the world knows. My whole last pregnancy, before I knew if I was having a boy or girl, a name that was stuck in my head for a girl was Lemon. And yes, I'm aware that is a fruit, and that could be cruel to name your child, and everyone told, my whole family hates it. And I don't blame them. That's just hormones. You're just pregnant. That's why you like that name. I'm like, I don't think it is. And still to this day, 2 years later, I still really like the name Lemon. And then what's worse is I keep talking to people and they keep saying they like it, and I'm like, no, you can't back me up in this. You need, like, no, people need to talk sense into me, because I can't name my child Lemon. My other thing is, my firstborn's name is Atlas. Like, I can't just have a list of nouns for my children's names. That's just weird, right? Am I right? I feel like I'm right. But you know what? Let me know in the comments if you think that that's just like super weird and mean to do to your child, or if you think it's really cute and unique. I know she'll be blonde, because my husband is like dirty blonde, and so is Atlas, and I'm just picturing a cute little blonde girl walking around. Her name's Lemon, and our little lemon drop, I just think it's cute. I can't help it. I'm open to suggestions for names. Put them in the comments if you think of anything that's more unique. So yeah. that is where we're at though. I'm sure I've rambled on for a very long time, but I'm excited to give you guys more info. I will also go ahead and insert some clips if I can, if I remember to take any of my mom's gender reveal. She is an OTT party person, but for this one we're not. Both her and I don't want it to be crazy over the top, but knowing her, she'll still do some cute little things. And so if I can, I'll take some clips and try and insert them. I can't promise that though. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited she's doing Mary Poppins theme. Love Mary Poppins, my favorite movie ever since I was 3. It's just really cute. She did the whole winds in the east, mist coming in, so like something is brewing, about to begin. And then she's like, is it a Mary Poppins or a Bert kind of a thing on the little invite that she sent out. So very cute, very much up my alley. So excited about it. But that is all that I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. And I will see you guys next week on Friday in my next video. Bye!
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.